Hi Church, my name is Patrick and I've just taken over from Jake Abraham as your treasurer. RHC continues to put funds behind our mission, and today it is my privilege to share an update with you regarding FY22 surplus, our FY23 year-to-date financial performance, and our FY24 budget in progress. We had a FY22 general fund surplus of 1.26 million. This surplus was largely because of strong year-end giving, combined with operational savings for the year. We intend for this surplus to be set aside for two purposes. Firstly, for the funds to be possibly used for the purchase of our own land and building, should the opportunity arise. And secondly, to continue supporting the new counselling ministry. Regarding the possibility of purchasing land or a building, this is not something that we have committed to, but over the coming months, we do hope to have more clarity on this as the elders continue to pray and discern God's vision for RHC. Nonetheless, we hope to position ourselves to pursue such opportunities should we feel this is where God is leading us, and therefore we will for now reserve these funds for this purpose. For the counselling ministry, as we have mentioned previously, we see this as a much needed ministry investment to make. Up till now, we have committed a total of over $300,000 to hire personnel, train counsellors, and fund logistics. We are excited to see how God is working through this initiative. I now would like to give you a financial update for FY23. For the sake of clarity, these numbers are for RHC Central, and they do not include income or expenses for ECP and MCP. Year-to-date income is 4.82 million, which is 9.6% ahead of budgeted income. We are grateful for two one-off gifts totaling $350,000 that was received in the first half of the year. But do note, however, that if we excluded government grants as well as these one-off gifts, year-to-date income on regular giving alone would just be almost in line and not ahead of budgeted income. As far as expenses go, they have been heavier this year because of the full year rental costs of our new offices and also the additional headcount costs which has started to fully accrue. General fund spending year-to-date is at 3.85 million, which is about 93% of what we had budgeted. We expect our Q4 spending to pick up, owing mainly to end-of-year activities and staffing costs. Assuming the giving pattern in Q3 persists into Q4, we project to end the year with a deficit of $136,000. This is notwithstanding the two large gifts that we have received as well as the government grants that I mentioned earlier. It would be great if Q4 giving picked up versus Q3 in order to cover for these higher Q4 expenses. So Church, thank you so much in advance for your faithful giving, and please do continue to support us into this final stretch of the year so that we can exceed this forecast. Lastly, we are in the process of finalizing our FY24 budget. This has been reviewed by the finance team and will now be going to the elders for approval shortly. Expenses are expected to show a modest increase of around 2 to 4% year over year, driven largely by inflation and a 1% increase in the GST effective from 1st January 2024. For our giving, we would also like to see it grow by 5%, which is comparable to our growth in members this year. This will generate a surplus of about $80,000 to $260,000 and would help us support our future growth plans, while also encouraging us as a church to continue maintaining the discipline of giving in line with our growth. Church, let's be expectant about what God wants to do through RHC in FY 2024 as we continue to build on our vision of renewing Singapore and Asia by people, churches, and cities transformed by the gospel. Let us join our hands and unite our hearts as each of us play our part in this vision. Thank you, and I look forward to serving you as your treasurer.